Alright guys, it's Veritons here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to mix Afrobeat. Okay, I have other videos teaching this particular series, so we're going to just continue where we left off. This is the beat we're going to be working with today. Alright, so you'll notice I have a lot of instruments running to start with. I have a kick which I have routed to this particular bus. Remember that I taught you guys how to route. And the reason why we route is you don't want all your instruments feeding directly to the master. That might go ahead to overwork the master. So, and you might start to experience some glitches or crackling sounds because the master bus is being overworked. So you route, there's a way you route the kick to a separate bus. So you have a kick bus. I can go ahead and rename this, then I'll call it the kick bus. Okay, then I also have the instruments. You notice that the rim shot is routed to the drum bus. This is the drum bus now. This is the fracture rim 13, routed here. Also the shakers. Just follow the arrow and see exactly what I'm talking about. Routed to this particular bus. I did that for the other rim shot I used. I used another shaker, and then all instruments are routed toward the drum bus. And now the drum bus in turn feeds directly to the master. That will reduce the workload on the master, like I stated earlier. Then also, what happens when you do this is that you have extra control. If I play the beats now, you'll notice that once I shut the drum bus out, you can only hear the instrumentals. That's the melody, sorry. Okay, so it's just the melody you're going to hear. Then when I play you see the drums return back. So try as much as possible to ensure that you route your instruments. And another reason why we route is to ensure that the effects we want to add, especially some specific effects like EQ, you want to ensure that you apply once to the drum bus and then it affects every instrument routed to that bus. I already have an EQ here. I also have the another EQ. The first one is to remove some of the low end because these are mid-range instruments. You don't want them to have a lot of bass sound. So I've EQ'd some of the bass frequencies away. I also removed some part of the high end. So it's not too crisp and it's not too sharp. Then also I applied a compressor, which you can tell already affects all the instruments routed to that bus. Okay, I have a video on how to use the compressor. Maybe I will just talk about it a little. To use the compressor, all you need to do is reduce the threshold. It's usually around this point, 0. So you reduce it to probably 20, 25 or thereabout. It will not take effect if you don't work on the ratio. So the ratio is usually at 0. You need to drag it to probably 2 or 3. 3 is a little bit too much, so you can leave it at 2.0. What that means is that any frequency that is above this range, we're going to dock it down by 2 dB, okay, or by 2%. Okay, then once you do this, you notice that the volume drops. So you can use the gain knob to boost the volume a little. Then there are other presets you can use. There's the hard, there's the medium, and then there's the vintage. Anyone works perfectly. Then the attack time tells you how soon you want the compressor to take hold. Okay, I have another video concerning this, so you can go and check it out. Now you notice that I've applied these 3 effects to everything routed to this bus. Then next I have the melody. I have several guitars running here. I have this guitar. I have the jazz guitar. I also have a one pad. Okay, all of them are routed to the instrument bus, and so the instrument feeds directly to the master. So look at what happens now. Once I pause this, you can only hear the drums. So while you are mixing, this is important so that if you want to hear exactly what you are doing to the drums, you can hear it directly without the melody interfering. Okay, so together we have this. Okay, so that's that for that. Then finally, you want to ensure that the bass also is on a separate. Uh, you can have a bass bus, okay, and then finally all of them will feed to the master. Now, notice that I also panned some instruments to the left and right. And the reason why I've done this is to make sure that there is space for the vocals to sit. This particular shakers now, you see that I've panned it up to 25% to the right. Also, I also pan the rim shot, but in most cases, you want to leave the rim shot centralized. Okay, you don't have to pan the rim shot. Some other things have been panned, like the wood block. This is like a a hit kind of. I don't know how to describe that instrument. Maybe I'll play it so that you hear how it sounds. Let me shut down every other thing so that you can hear. Okay, I believe you can hear it. So this is what it sounds like. I believe you had the wood block now. All right, so that's that for that. Okay, so now we are done with that. When we come over to the master, ensure that you've also have done a little bit of gain staging. Before I forget that, you must gain stage also. Gain staging simply means reducing the volume of different instruments depending on what you want to pop out. There's no rule to this thing. I just wanted the rim shot more pronounced. That is why you can see the volume here. And then for the shakers, you can see there are different levels. I also have a video concerning this, so you can go and check it out. But once you've done your gain staging properly, that is setting the volumes right, the next thing you want to do is come over to the master. In the master, you apply the EQ. I think I've explained that before, and also what? A compressor. If you want to add a little bit more gain, you can use the Fruity Soft Clipper. I add that most of the time. And the way that works is you set the threshold to probably, there's no rule. The idea is that the lower the threshold, the more compression will take place. So you want to leave it around here because you've compressed before. So you leave it around here. So let me play so I hear what is going on. Then you can gradually raise the volume. So you can start to boost the volume as you deem fit. Alright, so that volume is sufficient for me. The final thing you might want to do is head over to this section. You can do it here, or you can also do it in the EQ positions. Let me try it first with the EQ. Here you can come and boost some of the low end. If the beat is not thumpy enough, you can raise the low end. This is the low end region. I think it's written somewhere. This is it. Sub, the bass, and then before you get to the mid-range instrument. So you can boost the bass a little so that it becomes more thumpy. The other place you can do that is here. You can come over to this point. If I raise this point, you see that the low end increases, but I've already done that with the EQ, so I don't need to do that again. If you need a little bit of the high end, this is the point where you do it, okay? So finally, this is what we have. Most persons will say ensure it does not cross the zero mark and all of that, but that is not for the beat maker to worry about, okay? The important thing is to ensure that your beat is loud enough, and whenever the artist is done recording and takes it to the mix engineer, is the job of the mix engineer to know how to compress the beat so that it does not clip and all of that. Meanwhile, clipping these days is not an issue. There are so many trap songs, rap songs that are obviously clipping, but then who really cares? There are no rules to this thing. Once it sounds right in your ear, is okay. You don't fix what is not broken. I think that's a rule I love so much in mixing. All right. So if there are any questions, please don't forget to leave them in the comments, and I'll be there to respond to them. It's Valentine, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.